Homeless, helpless, and many times hopeless. Right here in Hampton Roads, so many people struggle with basic needs like food, clothing, and a safe place to sleep. When they have nowhere else to turn, they come to us, the Union Mission. We're the largest homeless shelter in Eastern Virginia, and we accept people of every race, gender, and faith from right here in Hampton Roads. Each year, we help hundreds of men, women, and children find the help and hope they need.
I found myself becoming homeless after I paid my rent, and then the city came in and condemned the house that I was living in. Then I remembered about the Union Mission.
What brought me to the Union Mission was I had fallen off a ladder and I injured myself to the point where I couldn't provide for myself any longer.
When men and women come to the Union Mission, it's often one of the most difficult days of their lives. They're coming here exhausted, beaten down. They're in a place that they never thought they would be. And so it's our joy and privilege at the Union Mission, from the moment that someone steps onto our property, to start communicating to them their worth and their value. That's not based in what they've achieved or accumulated in life, but in the reality that they're created in the image of God and loved by Him.
When a guest first comes in, our primary goal is to make them feel comfortable so that they can share their story. Once we get their confidence, then it's easy for us to get them to tell us what caused them to be in a homeless situation. And the causes oftentimes are mental health concerns, substance abuse. Some have experienced chronic homelessness where they have just repeated the cycle of homelessness. Then we have to determine what barriers that precludes them from succeeding. Some guys have been unemployed for a long time, not having the proper documents to get them employed. Also, health issues are a concern. The action plan consists of helping a guest secure housing, sustainable employment, and any mental health services that would benefit them.
When someone comes to the mission, they're able to get individualized case management to help them resolve their specific situation.
So each day we have the capability of housing 100 men in our emergency shelter dormitories and 80 men in our transitional housing program. The emergency shelter is for men who are in urgent need for shelter. We provide toiletry items, shower, bed, things of that nature, free laundry, clothes if necessary. And we connect them with case management as soon as they come in. The case managers will put them on one of three paths: emergency shelter general services, David development, or veteran services. Under general emergency shelter services, guests can receive anything from assistance with their IDs, birth certificates, SNAP benefits, anything to break down a barrier to housing or employment. Under the David Development Program, that's geared for guests that are aged 18 to 30, probably experiencing homelessness for the very first time as an adult. We assist them by showing them how to complete applications, taking them to interviews, connecting them with job resources, with the goal of them never being homeless ever again. And with our Veterans Program, that's for men who have served the country, and we connect them with any resources that are available to them. Our Transitional Housing Program, which is called Reclaim, is for guests who are ready to transition to their own housing. However, they need a little more time and maybe even a little bit more assistance with preparing for independent living. What we do for the guests in the transitional program is we connect them with community resources. It could be budgeting, healthy living, spiritual growth.
We have 36 beds in our single women's shelter that are able to accommodate women who are over the age of 18. So in our shelter with women and children, we have 7 rooms. So every woman that comes in who has custody of children gets their own room and their own full bathroom. So we can have up to 7 women and 28 children in the shelter. They have a community living space with the computers, toys, spaces for them to have their personal food. We serve 3 meals a day in our dining room, and we have laundry services. Pretty much everything that you would need in your own home, we're able to provide at the mission. It's incredibly challenging to walk into the door of a shelter with your children, not knowing what to expect. It's really our goal at the Union Mission to run a shelter that we would feel comfortable staying in with our children. Often after a woman's first night in the shelter, she'll come to staff and say, "This is the first time I've had a good night's sleep."
If a person did not receive wellness independence, they would probably regress and go back to the same situation that they were in prior to coming to us. We often say to our guests, before you can become employed, it's really important to think about your own health. So many of our guests have been without these services for so many years. We're able to get them connected to the physicians that they need to see. We also are able to fill those medications and educate them on how to use them properly, and we're able to educate them so that they understand how beneficial all of their medications are.
If we just sent someone out without the savings program, they would not have the necessary tools to prepare them once they leave shelter. So we want to make sure that they have the necessary skills to better manage their money. The way the required savings program work is we will create a budget plan if they have debts. So whatever is left from that income, we divide it into 50%. 50% they get to keep into savings, 50% they get to keep for their own personal use. The goal is to create a financial cushion that you're able to use once you transition out of shelter or once you've found adequate housing. All the money that is put in the savings program comes back to our guests at 100%. Whatever they put into the savings program, that's what they will receive back.
Every aspect of what we do builds into the message that we are communicating, that people have worth and people have value because they're made in the image of God and loved by Him.
Sometimes it's so nice to have somebody and feel worthy enough for you to somebody say, "Come on in, grab a bed, have a meal, relax, pray."
And I thank God that there are angels waiting to help someone like they helped me. And I needed that help.
Each year, the Union Mission helps hundreds of men, women, and children say goodbye to homelessness forever. Thanks to your generous giving, they find the food, shelter, safety, care, and hope they desperately need. And because you give, their lives are restored and changed for eternity.
You can't go apply for a job when you're having to worry about where you're going to shower and if you're going to get food that day. Everything that's been on the back burner, keeping them homeless, is now able to move to the front, and they're able to start thinking about their future. They're able to take the steps to move forward in their lives and resolve their homelessness so that they don't end up in this situation again.
The Union Mission gave me a home when I didn't have one.
I was on the brink of just giving up, and the people here, like Mr. Evans, let me realize I can be a better person, be a better man.
This is a godsend place right here. Not there anybody there.
When I had no one, they were there.
The fact that they don't accept any government money allows them to set programs in a faith-based manner that I think is wonderful.
It's just amazing to know that I really am making a difference, or we are making a difference in the lives of guests.
Thank you for your support of the Union Mission Ministries. To help, visit unionmissionministries.org or call 757-627-8686.